What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Yankees Avenue Show on the Yankees Avenue YouTube channel. As usual, I'm Patrick Hennessy, joined by my man, Dan Rourke. How we doing today, Dan?
Pat, I don't think I could be doing better than I currently am. One, I'm stoked to be doing this show. It is my new thing that I look forward to 2 times a week. And two, the Yankees are playing pretty well. And as like my life motto kind of goes, when the Yankees are doing well, I'm doing well. So yeah, dude, it's good to see you.
Bro, isn't that like so weird how it's a thing though? Like I'm the same exact way. Like life is so much better when the Yankees are good. Like in the beginning of the season when they were like on that historic run, bro, my life was amazing, bro.
Dude,
And
it's
then,
it's a mental
like,
illness. It's
yeah, no,
legitimately a
it's bad.
mental illness. Like I associate good Yankee seasons with good years in my life. 2016, one of the worst years of my life. 2015 was awesome because it was A-Rod and Tech's resurgence, made the playoffs, felt great. 2017, one of the best years I can remember watching, great year of my life. 2018,
Dude, one of
I
the best
consider
years of my
boring and
life.
brutal, and my life was boring and brutal at that moment. 2019, awesome. 2021, not amazing, but it was decent at times, like the 2021 season. And this year, bro, we're kind of rolling, so I'm feeling good.
Yeah, dude, 2017 was one of the greatest years of my life. Like looking back on it,
Not,
insanity.
no doubt, no doubt.
But you know what? Listen, 2022 could be one of those years as well if the Yankees kind of keep trending in the right direction. They're now on a 4-game win streak. We were kind of like in a little bit of panic mode. But you know what? I want to say personally, my kind of like concerns have been a little bit washed away because I'm like the king of recency bias. So like seeing the Yankees be so good lately kind of makes me feel a little bit better about the team. How are you feeling as far as like panic wise? Because we were talking about the division last time. How are we feeling now?
Dude, I am at the point where I'm planning my outfit for the parade. That's how quickly my feelings have changed. And remember, last week I was not in panic mode. My only concern was about the division because ultimately that's what everything revolves around. And yeah, dude, 4 wins in a row. Division lead is we actually have technically lost ground in the division because we had the off day and Tampa won on that day. So we're 7.5 up from them right now, 7 in the loss column. But here's the thing. As long as the calendar keeps moving, which it will, and as long as we play at least 500 baseball, which we will, we'll be just fine. 4 games in a row, now 77 and 48. At this point, I'm back on my wave of where I was like a month ago. I think the division is over. And the Yankees have really reinforced that the last 4 days because this team's simply too good to blow a 7.5 game lead in 4 weeks. We have this shit locked down. We'll be playing October 11th in the ALDS against, I don't remember the postseason format, who we'll be playing, but we'll be playing October 11th, ALDS, game 1, being the
I
AL East
believe as of
champions.
right now, it would be either the Guardians or the Mariners. Like neither of which
Guardians and
scare
the
me
Mariners,
at all.
bring it on.
And you know what, dude? Maybe this is a hot take. Maybe the Yankees like kind of flopped on purpose for a little bit through the summer just so they could get the second seed. Because you know what? The second seed kind of gets a better matchup. If it like, dude, if I'm just being honest here, the first seed, which would be the Astros in this scenario, I believe they would get, as of today, either the Rays or the Blue Jays. Meanwhile, the Yankees in the second seed would either get the Mariners or the Guardians. I'd much rather take the Mariners, the Guardians, bro. Like, let's just be real.
Nah, I'm with you, dude. And ultimately, I think it's still going to come down to the collision course of Yankees, Astros, and ALCS, which would be everybody in baseball has to want that to happen. And I'll be honest, dude. Now, granted, I said the same thing in 2019. I guess you could say it ended up backfiring. If I could have it my way and just lay at the postseason in Dan Rourke's ideal world, I want to face Houston. Like if there's a game 5 between Houston and I don't know, Toronto Blue Jays, for example, in the ALDS, I will be rooting for Houston because I want that matchup. How do you feel about that? Is that crazy to say? I did say that in 2019 and it
Okay, dude. I wouldn't say it's crazy. However, like this is the reoccurring thing for us at this point, right? I feel like it happens every single season. Like, let's not forget, like 2017, we were even like, yo, give us Houston. Because like they eliminated us in 2015. We were like, oh, it's some retribution, right? Bang, they eliminate us. 2018, bro, we were at the wild card game chanting, we want Boston. Okay, that backfired too. 2019, we were like, yo, let's run it back with Houston for a third time, bro. Get eliminated again. Okay,
give me time number 4. I want to beat them.
What did we say, bro? Give us Tampa. We want Tampa. Tampa eliminates us, bro.
Real quick. Why I want them so bad is because this would be the first matchup between us, at least in terms of 2017 and 2019, kind of the current core, where there's no wrong business going on in Houston. I know 2017 is confirmed. 2019, I understand, was under suspicion. But to me, the way I always felt about the Astros, no way you cheated, got away with it, and succeeded so well with it, and then all of a sudden decided to gain morals and stop. They cheated in 2019. That ALCS is skewed. This would be the first legitimate matchup between the Yankees and the Astros. And if the Yankees end up coming out on top, which they will, that'd be a monumental moment in my Yankee fandom history. But we got to move on.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's an interesting thought, but we'll discuss it more when we get to
Point is, to wrap up this whole point, I'm feeling so good about the Yankees' current 4-game win streak and where they're at in the season right now. I'm absolutely back on this team is winning the World Series train.
Yeah, bro, and that's kind of like the thing, right? Like I'm looking at the Yankees 4-game win streak. I'm gonna be honest, it feels like it's longer than that, just because I feel like we're kind of at a point where they've kind of solidified themselves as being back. This might backfire on me, bro. But I'm viewing the Yankees being back, and it's you look at the lineup, and it's starting to finally come together, right? Giancarlo Stanton made his way back, and he did pretty good in his first game against the A's.
Yeah, and it's no coincidence that his first game back, the Yankees scored their most runs since the Pittsburgh series, I believe.
Yeah, something like that. And then also, you have some other guys that are heating up, right? Andrew Benintendi, one guy that we talked about, bro, less than a week ago. We were kind of talking about him as being a little bit of a disappointment, right? But if you look at his numbers dating back to August 5th, bro, he's batting .324, 10 extra base hits, and an .888 OPS. Insane, dude. It's been kind of quiet at the same time too, Maybe it's just because he's gotten so hot as of late and maybe it inflated the numbers a little bit. I don't know, but I feel also we set the bar a little too high for him when he first came in and maybe expected too much too soon, if that makes sense. But he's hitting at the top of the order. We've seen a lot of Benintendi at the leadoff spot, which I'm going to be honest with you, I love. How you Benintendi at the top of the order, and I guess just in general at the top of the Yankees lineup?
Dude, if I'm Boone, that's how I'm writing out the lineup every single day. Now, I was very curious to see what they would do when Stanton came back. Of course, DJ ended up not playing, so we didn't get to see that. But yeah, dude, the way I would roll out at least the top 5, Benintendi's my leadoff hitter, Judge 2. I don't think I would do Judge and Stanton back-to-back. I've really liked when they split them up with Rizzo. So I would have Rizzo in the 3 spot, Stanton 4, and then DJ being behind Stanton in the 5 spot. I like that a lot. And yeah, dude, the way I'm feeling about Benintendi is very similar to DJ when he's on, that automatic feeling. And over the last week or so, and last night watching him, you kind of just expect Benintendi to have a 2-hit night. That's what it feels like. And he's had some big hits. I mean, we were talking about it last week's show. That home run, you could argue that home run set the Yankees on the path they've been on this week against Toronto, right? So, I mean, very excited with what Benintendi's been doing. And also, some people, I feel like no matter what, they always jump to the conclusion, when a new player comes to New York and they don't jump out of the gates hot as hell, oh, they can't handle New York. That absolutely was never going to be the case with Benintendi because, he played for Boston. He played big games with Boston, won a World Series with them, played well actually against Houston in the 2018 ALCS. So this dude definitely has been there before and he can handle any pressure or whatever. So
yeah,
really good to see him going, dude. And we brought it up last week about ranking the trade candidates and their performance so far. All of a sudden, bro, and this shows how quick baseball can change. He might be my number 1 if we were to rank it again.
Yeah, no, it's insane. He probably would be my number 1 as of today as well. It's insane, bro. But yeah, it's you look at the Yankees lineup and I feel like it's finally starting to come together. I think him at leadoff is probably the best case scenario. And you know what? I think it's kind of like a Rizzo situation. I think it's a guy we acquired at the deadline, maybe expecting him to be a rental. And you know what? I wouldn't be shocked if the Yankees kind of go into the offseason and Andrew Benintendi's their left fielder for the next 3 or 4 years following this. Wouldn't be shocked at all.
I'm not guarantee it, but I feel like that's kind of the favorite pick right now because what's the outfit situation next year? I mean, Bader's going to be the guy in center. Then you have Judge and Wright. Hicks, not only is not going to be starting, I'm pretty sure he's going to be off the team. Mickey's going to try to dump him. So, I think Benny's the left fielder next year. I'm not sure what a deal would be. I mean, he's probably he's not going to be a 20 mil a year guy, but maybe 15 over, maybe a 3 or $45 million deal, something like that.
Yeah.
I'd be down for it.
Like that. But yo, listen, we're talking about so many good things Yankee related, right, bro? It's a positive ass episode. It's really positive.
We're positive people. I mean, for the most part, we're quite optimistic, but sometimes you got to talk a little negative.
Are you touching
here to let me know that my beard is coming in strong? Because I am growing a beard. Do you notice it a little bit? Come on.
No, I'm actually touching there because, dude, I'm itchy because it's the morning time, bro.
Right,
this is the first time we're ever in the morning.
So that means you get lice?
Sometimes. Body lice, though.
Oh.
You ever get body lice?
No, I've never had lice actually ever in my life before, but
really, I did. Yeah, really? It was not fun. But yo, listen, getting back on track here. Nestor Cortes placed on the IL with a grade 2 groin strain, I believe. Now listen, there's so much talk about like people being concerned, people being not concerned. Bro, it's one extreme or the other, right? Like that's how it is with everything with Yankees fans. Some people are like, yo, he's done. He like, bro, there's no chance he's coming back for this. Then other people are like, yo, this is a phantom IL stint. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna give my take real quick. I was like 100% guaranteed it's just like a phantom thing to kind of like give him like a little relief from innings. Like he's never really thrown this many innings before, give him a little bit of a rest. But then when we heard like grade 2, I'm like, well, that doesn't really like sound something that they would like use as a phantom injury. It would be like back soreness or something like that. You know what I mean? So how are you feeling regarding Nestor?
It's such a phantom IL stint. Like I am so positive about that. And there's a couple of different reasons for that. One, it makes so much sense. We could have predicted this that they were going to try to limit Nestor's innings in some way. Two, he apparently got the injury in the first inning or the second inning of his start against the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
He went on to pitch another 5 after that, 4 or 5 after that, and he pitched well. Since then, since the injury has been confirmed, Nestor apparently is already doing sprints on the field. He's throwing, just having a catch, doing just fine. And it just, the way Nestor was talking about it and the way Boone was talking about it, they did not seem concerned about it whatsoever. And even if it were now grade 2, when I heard grade 2, I was like, that's interesting. That's what they decided to go with when doing a phantom IL stint. And for anybody who might be confused about what a phantom IL stint, it's just when fake injury and, you just do it for other reasons other than them actually being hurt. But yeah, it just makes too much sense. Limit his innings, and it's August 26th. You figure he'll be back by mid-September, get a couple starts in before October. We'll be good to go. I'm not concerned about it at all.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. Dan's not concerned, so neither should
No,
you.
for real, not in the slightest.
Listen. Dan, we're talking about left-handed starting pitchers, right? There's one left-handed starting pitcher who the Yankees used to have, and now is
you and your
St.
segues,
Louis.
bro. I can't stand you, but go on.
And he's dominating, bro. Wait, listen. Jordan Montgomery, since being traded to the Cardinals, is 4-0 with a 0.35 ERA, which includes a complete game shutout. Leads to a lot of people, bro, being like, yo, the Yankees should have never traded him. I'm looking at it kind of like with the inverse. It's like, bro, you broke up with this girl. Like, bro, you were in a toxic ass relationship, bro. It just wasn't going to work out. Neither of you were going to flourish together. So you know what? You break up and she's doing her thing, bro. And you're doing your thing. Everyone's happy. Right, but it wasn't going to happen together. So now you just do it separate, bro. Jordan Montgomery was never going to be this with the Yankees. Okay, so if he's being this with St. Louis, let him be. I never liked Jordan Montgomery as a Yankee. I thought he was boring. I thought his pace was slow. I wasn't a fan of him. So you know what? To see him succeed elsewhere, I'm happy for him, bro.
First of all, let me just say you've always overhated Jordan Montgomery, which I have not been too big a fan of. Monty was a damn good pitcher for us, especially being a homegrown dude. He was like taken under CC's wing, left-handed starter that came up in the organization, had a great rookie year, solid year last year, and was doing pretty damn well this year too with us. Here's the thing. Yeah, seen a lot of people bring up how, the Yankees made a mistake trading him. Jared Carabas, he said yesterday how, the Monty trade only looks worse and worse by the week. Here's the thing. The Monty trade isn't capable of looking bad until October because that's what the Yankees made it for. They knew for a fact they're making themselves worse for the regular season trading him because they acquired Bader, who's not going to be back until probably mid-September. But here's the thing. The Yankees, whether you agree with it or not, they didn't see Monty starting in October. And the way that shapes out, it's kind of true. What the rotation would be right now in a playoff series, Cole, Nestor's probably the 2 at this point, Montas the 3, and then Luis Severino is going to be back. No doubt about it. He's going to be the 4. And then if you need a 5, Jameson Taillon, not great, but he's serviceable if you need a number 5. The Yankees consider themselves a much better team in October with Harrison Bader as their center fielder. Not to mention you also have him next year, which isn't too big of a factor for me because I'm all about like, we're going all in on 2022. But it is a nice added bonus that you are getting at least the best defensive center fielder in baseball. I think that's indisputable. And a lot of people will they don't understand that Bader's not useless offensively. At the very least, he's an upgrade over what we've gotten from Aaron Hicks. 2, the dude slugged .460 last year. Since the beginning of 2021, he's been above league average at a 105 OPS plus. It'd be a big upgrade in center field. You also are going to be able to get Judge at a center, put him in right. So if I was thrown off by it because I was so shocked by it. And also there was like the secondary factor of when we trade a monster, we thought we were getting another starter in return. So that automatically kind of bumped it out a little bit. But yeah, I'm glad the Yankees made the trade because I really do think it makes them better in October.
there you have it. Dan approves. No, listen, like I guess I feel the same way. It's just like, dude, I don't know. There's no way. Like, it's one of those things where hindsight's always 2020. You know what I mean? It's like, do you think Jordan Montgomery would be doing this with the Yankees right now? Because personally, I think that there's no shot.
I'd say there's a shot. Like it's obviously possible. You know, we've never seen him do it with the Yankees, but I knew he was like this good of a pitcher. But he could be 4-0 with a 0 ERA, and it wouldn't like affect how I feel right now. And that's not even saying it was really a good move or not, but I'm more so saying like you can't judge it right now. If you want to talk shit about the trade, do it in October. But for now, there's no really way you can, because the trade was made for October, not August and September. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So listen, like you said, like you can't judge it, right?
Yeah.
You know what we can judge right now. The Yankees 2023 regular season schedule has dropped. And you know what? The Yankees are opening at home in the Bronx against the San Francisco Giants, who, you know what, Dan, they're kind of, as of right now, considered to be the biggest threat to sign Aaron Judge, Yankees star Aaron Judge.
I know who he is.
And you know what? You know what, Dan? I'm looking at that game for March 30th, bro. 2023, that is. And I guess it's gonna raise a question here. Will Aaron Judge, is there a possibility Aaron Judge will be opposing the Yankees on March 30th as a San Francisco Giant?
First of all, let me say I was so hyped when I first saw that the Yankees are opening up against the Giants next year. One, opening up at home always makes it so much more exciting opening day. Two, Yankees Giants, that's kind of classic, and we haven't seen it since 2016. So I throw up on Twitter, I'm like, Yankees Giants, that's effing sick. And then like people are replying, they're like, Dan, ... Or like, you know what this means, right? ... Or MLB has this all planned out, ... So many ... And I'm just like, what are these people talking about? And then it hit me, yeah, because people like you that, you know, just trying to either mess with me or just get in my head, I'm not sure. Maybe you legitimately think this. No, I understand Aaron Judge's biggest threat is to go to San Francisco, favorite team growing up, from Cali, whatever. The Yankees aren't going to let that happen. And I'm more set on that now than ever. One, he's going to break Babe Ruth. He's going to break Roger Maris. He has done nothing but represent this franchise fantastically off the field and on the field. Even something as simple as last night reinforces how I feel. Did you see when, what's his name? Greg Weiser, who had a Weiser. I don't know how you say it. Did we figure that out? Greg, the Yankee relief that came out. Weiser. I'm sorry, man. But Greg had a rough outing, you know. Judge, first camera shot you see is him kind of like, I don't say consoling him, but, you know, giving the pat on the back, talking it out, you know, making sure he's all good after that rough outing. And two, did you notice the Yes camera, they had a camera shot right on Greg. And, you know, when he's in kind of like a down moment, Judge comes over and just blocks the camera so they can't, like, you know, catch him while he's down, which is just such a captain. He has so many captain moments, and more so now so than ever, I'm so certain, bro, they're not going to let him walk. I think they're going to overpay for him, and that's totally fine. Sometimes you got to overpay. That's how free agency works. I mean, we overpaid for Garrett. I mean, this might not be the best example to some people, but we had to overpay for Garrett Cole. As I said last week, was he worth $324 million? Maybe not, but you had to get it done. Judge, is he worth $350 million? Let me change the example. Is he worth $400 million? No, but you may have to give it to him. No, they won't have to do that, but here's the thing, Pat. No, he's going to be starting for the Yankees on March 30th, 2023. And I couldn't be more happy about it. He's going to have a nice C on his chest, metaphorically, because they don't actually do that. But
listen, Dan, I'm going to play devil's advocate, right?
Of course you are.
Let's just say there's like a hypothetical world where the Giants happen to offer Aaron Judge a little bit more money. And you know what? I think if the Giants make the best offer on March 30th, 2023, Aaron Judge will be wearing road grays in Yankee Stadium. Dude, and that's just the way I'm looking at it, right? Like, at the end of the day, right? Aaron Judge wants to be a Yankee, I'm sure. We don't really like know what's going on in his head. And I'm sure that the Yankees want him back. However, if there's an offer out there that's going to be better for him, especially monetarily.
That's
and
right.
Also, as far as like geographically, as far as like family and whatnot, bro, he's taking that opportunity, bro. That's just how it's going. So,
no,
you know what?
If the Yankees don't make a competitive offer, sure. But I want to ask you something. I'll be host for a minute. How about, say Aaron Judge is given I don't want to say respectful offer, but an offer that Yankee fans look at and they're like, that's a good offer. Aaron Judge should take that. If he gets basically equivalent within like $10 million range of each other, an offer from either the Giants, the Mets, Boston, whoever, how would you feel about Aaron Judge? Like, what do you go into next year feeling about him? Because I'll tell you, me right now, to be honest, dude, say he signed, let's just say he bolts for the Mets, right? And the Yankees offered him something that I think was more than reasonable. Say it's, I don't know, 300, they both offer him like around 350 mil. He will probably turn from my favorite player to the most hated player I've ever had in baseball history. Dead ass. If it's a competitive offer and he leaves, like if it's like completely on him, not like the Yankees not doing their job in contract negotiations, if it's on him and just purely comes down to his decision, especially if he leaves for like a rival, not that the Mets are a rival, but obviously in this case, that would be a big deal. If he goes to the Mets, he goes to Boston, he goes to, I don't think wherever. If the Yankees make a competitive offer and he does that, bro, yeah, he's probably my most hated player of all time. But it's not going to happen, so who cares?
I have said the same exact thing, but it's surprising coming from you, like, just to say that. I get it, though. It's like, I look at Aaron Judge and it's like, yo, I say this all the time to myself, bro. I'm like, especially when I watch the Jeter documentary, I'm like, yo, Aaron Judge has a huge decision to make, right? He can either stay and become like Jeter, or he can leave and become Robinson Cano. That's the way I'm looking at it, bro. It's like you either stay and become a Yankee legend, and listen, he will become a legend. He will be in Monument Park. He will have his number retired, like all that jazz, bro. If he
leaves, no,
bro. If he leaves, his legacy is done. And especially like you said, I'm assuming the Yankees are going to offer him a very reasonable offer. And if he leaves after receiving a very fair offer, he's going to become the most hated player in Yankees history, bro.
Assuming, yeah, if he gets a competitive, I'm with you. I'm not sure in Yankee history, but that's kind of the same way I feel. For me, he would be my most hated player. Cano. If you went to a rival, is the big deal for him. Because if he goes to San Francisco, then I'll still be very pissed at him, and I'll hate him in a way.
Last question on the topic. If he does go to San Francisco, do you think he will be booed on opening day?
If contract negotiations get a little bit messy and the Yankees do make an offer Yankee fans feel good about, then I think there'll be some boos. I do. There'll also be a lot of cheers too.
More boos than cheers?
No, I think it'd be probably cheers first. It also really depends on the outcome of October this year. I mean, maybe the Yankees win a World Series and he comes back and whatever. Also, real quick, speaking of the captain, you know who I feel like there's two people that should be really excited watching that doc? One is Aaron Judge. You know who the other one is? You might be able to guess it. Like, watch that doc and you're like, I almost wish I was this person being able to watch the Jeter documentary, which I'm just now watching for the second time.
Can I get like a hint? Like a little sprinkle?
Yeah, but let me name starts with an A.
A-Rod?
No, Anthony Volpe. Dude, if I'm Volpe watching that, I'm like, dude, this could be me for the next 20 years. Not to set expectations that high.
Dude,
but in terms of
stretch.
Not saying I'm setting those expectations, but if I were Anthony Volpe myself, watching that, knowing a top 5 shortstop, a top 5 prospect of baseball, and future shortstop for the Yankees probably as soon as next year, and like I'm really good and I'm really well spoken and I'm just a good kid, like I wouldn't be able to help but think like, yeah, like this could be my path. I don't know. That's just kind of how
I don't hate it. No, I don't hate it. I'm just like, it's cool. I mean,
okay, whatever. End the show. I'm done.
Oh, with that being said, that's gonna wrap things up for episode number 2 of the Yankees Avenue Show on the Yankees Avenue YouTube channel. I'm Patrick Hennessy. Dan, I guess that's gonna wrap things up for today, right?
Dude, that's gonna wrap things up. Episode 2 was a success. This is pretty much the highlight of my week now, and I'm so pumped to be doing this 2 days a week with you. Mondays and Fridays, 10 a.m. Eastern. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you are new. Drop a comment. Let me know if Pat should shave his mustache and beard and be a true Yankee.
Let me know.
That's it. Do it, bro. Yeah, we will see you guys next time. Let's go, Yankees.